Om Asato Ma Sadgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityurma Amritam Gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om, lead us from the unreal to the real. Lead us from darkness unto light. Lead us from death to immortality. Om, peace, peace, peace. All right, welcome back. This will be a sort of a different approach. It's what I like to call experiential knowledge. It's a put those two words together because when we say knowledge, often we have memories of school coming back, and it's books and lectures and information. And it seems divorced from experience. Experience is real. This is experience. So this experiential knowledge is we are learning something. We are being invited to see something, but it's real. It's experience now, not future experience. Sometimes spirituality is put in the language of future experience. Yes, you will see God, but after you die. Or yes, you will experience these wonderful states of the mind, but first you have to put in these so many hours of meditation. You have to live life like this, you meditate like this. After years and decades, maybe if you're lucky, you will get those experiences. Vedanta is not like that. It's not about postponing experience. It's here and now. What enables Vedanta to do that? It's because the experience which we are talking about in Vedanta is always available. Atman, Brahman, pure consciousness is always available means it's available now. We'll say, where, where? If we are like that washerman who has got that extremely valuable diamond, when he's told, you have this, why are you so poor? You have got this wonderful, very expensive diamond. And the washerman thinks, where? Holding it all the time. It's that one. You didn't value it earlier. You don't know its true value. So it's available. All right, I understand the diamond story, but um, don't oversell it. Where's the diamond right now? It's in our experience. Which experience are you talking about? Every experience. Look at the question. That's why the question is important. What is he asking about? He's asking about seeing, not seeing God or anything like that. Seeing. Here, I'm seeing. Atman, Brahman is the answer is it's available right now. It's hearing, smelling, tasting, touching, speaking, thinking. In all these experiences, it is available. So it is experiential. We will see. We'll see. We have to be introduced to it. So that introduction is done in Vedanta. We are introduced to ourselves, but capital S self, the real self. The way to approach this session is like the Americans say, keep it real. What do you mean, keep it real? I like that story of not story, actually, I heard this. A monk says, how do you become enlightened in Vedanta? You have to keep it real. How do you keep it real? So it's like nose. Remember, what is this like nose? A child was asked, if you ask a child, what's a nose? The child will not say the nose is the organ of respiration and the olfactory sense organ. No. The child will say, nose, this. This is a nose. Here. Nose. We have to be like that. In every stage in Vedanta, when we are taught Vedanta, when we listen to Vedanta, we have to, here it is. Here is the body. Am I the body? Don't make it theoretical. Body, yes, like the nose. Breath, yes, here, like the nose. Then more subtle, mind, thoughts. Don't make it abstract. Thoughts, yes, I'm having a thought now. Yeah, that's a thought. Like the nose. At no point should you let go of the nose. Yeah. Okay, joke. You know, in yogic pranayama, the practice of meditation requires control of the breath. So the control of the breath, the technique in which it is done in yoga, in hatha yoga, is You take in the breath through one nostril, hold it and release it through the other. Then take it in through the other, hold it and release it through the first nostril. And to do that, you do this. You control this and this, like that. Breathe in, hold. There are counts. Release, breathe in, hold, and release. And there are counts. And these counts increase in a certain ratio. So this is a basic pranayama 101. Now, we had a young man come to the monastery, this was decades ago. He was very enthusiastic. And he heard about Atman, Brahman, the Upanishads, pure consciousness, and all of that. And he went, good, good. And one day in a class, when we teach the ritualistic worship, the pranayama is a small part of ritualistic worship. And he was taught, close the nostril like this, count 4 counts breathing in, count Om 4 times, breathe in, close the nostril, and you hold it for 16 counts hold the breath, release it for 8 counts, then breathe in for 4 more counts, hold it for like this for 16 counts, release it for 8 counts, and that's one pranayama. Then do 2 or 4 or 6 or 8 like that. And then the young man went, wow, this is what I had come here for. He's thinking, after all the pure consciousness and Atman, Brahman, Drigdrishya, Viveka, and the Upanishads, and this is what finally interested him. The nose. We have to start where we are. What can you do? Shankaracharya. So this is an actual practice of Hatha Yoga, an important practice. And in fact, in all Hindu worship, it's done, this one. To bring the breath under control. Attention to the breath and the breath under control. Regulate the breathing. Shankaracharya in his Aparoksha Anubhuti says, what is the real pranayama? First, you breathe out. What is the breathing out? The world is an appearance. I breathe out the world. I'm not the world, not the body, not the mind. It's gone. Breathe it out. All of what I consider to be my life and its incidents and thoughts and memories and stories and grudges and complaints and desires and projects, breathe out. Gone, gone, gone. And then breathe in. Aham Brahmasmi. I am that witness consciousness, which witnessed all of life and now is witnessing the absence of all of my breath, breathed it out. That I am Brahman. Then hold it there. I am Brahman. Then breathe out the world. Breathe in, I am Brahman. And hold it there. Stay there. He says, this is pranayama, pradhanam of the wise, of those who have wisdom, who are wise in wisdom, who are advanced in wisdom. Then somebody asked, but what about that? We said, oh, that's just torturing the nose. Granana pidanam, Shankara. He can be quite mischievous at times. He isn't against pranayama, but he's just saying. All right. So, keep it real. How? Nose. How do I do that? Don't actually grab your nose. How do I do that? Notice whatever we're talking about, is it real? In Vedanta, you must go through these 3 phases. When you hear any Vedanta teaching, especially the ones which are going to come now, these are the core teachings, the heart of it. The ear of the ear, eye of the eye, and that one. We're going to get that. Other than the known, other than the unknown. So it has been narrowed down for us. We're looking for what? Other than the known, other than the unknown. The self as other than the known, other than the unknown. Now we're going to dive into that for the rest of the hour. What you do is 3 things. One is ask yourself, what did he say? To bring our attention to. What did he say? What was said? Or what did I read? The book. So the text must be clear in our minds. Step 1, attend to what was taught. Second, do I get it? Did I understand what he said? Quickly. No deep analysis, just does it make sense to me? Third, is it real? Is it talking about a fact? There is pure consciousness everywhere. It's a statement. Statement 2, this is a piece of cloth. Now, if this is a piece of cloth, what did he say? He said it's a piece of cloth. Do I understand it? Yes, I understand that it's a piece of cloth. Is it real? Of course, it's right there. I see it. It's on his shoulder. But if I say it's all pure consciousness, what did he say? He said it's all pure consciousness. Do I understand it? No. Is it real? How would I know? It doesn't seem real to me at all. So you see the difference between the two. We must keep it like this is a cloth. I heard what you said. I understood what you said. And I check, is it real for me? If you can keep it real till the very end of the hour, congratulations. If you say yes to all three, congratulations, you're enlightened, Brahmagyani. At one point, it will sound a little theoretical. We must see in the Q&A after that, why does it sound here? Where are we getting stuck? All right. I remember in Calcutta, I was giving a talk on Vedanta. After the talk, a lady came up indignantly. She was waiting for the chance to be the first to ask the question. So he rushed up and grabbed the microphone and she said, all this is fine, but it's also theoretical. And I said, Madam, not one thing I said or Vedanta says is theoretical. Compared to Vedanta, all other religion, devotional religion, even yoga, it's theoretical. It's distant. It's abstracted from you. Compared to Vedanta, I'll make a shocking claim. Even science is theoretical. Vedanta is not at all theoretical, Advaita Vedanta. It's literally describing what is the truth right now. The way is to stick to that. Knows. What did he say? Do I get it? Is it real? Okay. Now we dive into it. So for this purpose, just be relaxed, sit up straight if you can. Don't strain. Don't fight anything. Suppose you want to cough or sneeze, do it. Don't struggle with it. The main thing is to be relaxed but alert. Not too relaxed, in which case you'll fall asleep. So, and listen. At some point, we'll inevitably feel like closing our eyes and listening. That's great. And it's helpful. If we feel our mind is wandering or we're falling, dozing off, thinking of something else, open the mind and listen. Clearly listen. So, sitting straight, relaxed. If it helps, close your eyes and listen to the voice. If it helps, keep your eyes open. Look at the speaker and listen to the teachings. And keep it real. Remember the nose. Yes. What is he saying? Do I get it? And keep checking. Is it real? Is it real? Is it a fact now? Let us draw our attention, like that student who asked the question in Kena Upanishad, to our experiences. We are seeing so many things. Right now, look, I can show you the cloth. I can show you the altar. I can show you the flowers. You're seeing so many things. You can see the person next to you, at your own body. Notice how all of these things are different from each other. The cloth is different from the altar, is different from the flowers, is different from the person next to you. They're all different. But all these experiences of seeing these different things, they all appear to the same consciousness, the same awareness. When you are seeing the cloth, follow this carefully. When you're seeing the cloth, it's a fact? Yeah, I'm seeing the cloth. What is a fact? That there is a cloth, this is a fact. But I am seeing the cloth is a more complete description. I am seeing the cloth. The cloth is appearing to me in my awareness, or I am aware of the cloth in general. Whatever I see, I'm aware of it. The things that I see, they're all different from each other. But the awareness which sees all of them is the same. Stay with this little bit. Don't I say, I am the one who saw the cloth. I am the one who is seeing the altar. I am the one who's looking at my own. Same I. Same person. The same being. The same consciousness. Is that a fact? You can think about it. Then I'm also hearing. If we close our eyes and listen, I am hearing. I can hear the hum of the air conditioner. I can hear sounds in the hall, the voice of the speaker, sounds outside the hall. Yes, the sounds are all different from each other. But the one who hears, the consciousness which is aware of these sounds, is the same consciousness. And notice now, the consciousness which saw those different things is the same consciousness which is hearing these different things. So, making a simple point, but we must move slowly like this. It is to the same consciousness that the experiences, all experiences of smelling, tasting the various flavors which we eat and drink, smelling various fragrances, good and pleasant and unpleasant smells, same consciousness, same awareness. Touching, hard, soft, hot, cold, all touch, same consciousness. In fact, all our sensory experiences, everything that we have ever seen or are seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, touching, it all comes to the same consciousness. Because of the same consciousness, we are able to have these experiences. Further, our activities, when I'm speaking, it's the same consciousness which sees, hears, smells, tastes, touches, the same consciousness which lights up the experience of, gives me the experience of speaking. In speaking, a lot of things are involved. Tongue is there, voice box is there, lungs are there, brains are, but the experience of speaking, who has that experience? The same consciousness which has the experience of hearing, seeing, smelling, touching, same consciousness. Whether you're speaking or singing or shouting, and walking, grasping, driving, playing, all of these are experiences. Isn't it the same consciousness which has all those experiences? You say, I am the one who was playing. I am the one who is driving. I am the one who's going to cook. That consciousness. To the same consciousness, all these experiences, motor activities are coming. All our work, our play. Then go inwards into our inner world of thoughts and feelings. When I feel good, when I feel bad and depressed and low, it is the same consciousness which experiences them. Do I not say, I was feeling so down and depressed. Now I'm feeling on top of the world. The same I. Depressed and top of the world. Very different feelings. Very different feelings. Same I. Same consciousness. Same awareness helps us to have that experience. All our emotions, all our memories, all our thoughts, they all appear and are mediated by, illumined by that same consciousness, made possible by the same consciousness. Check. Yeah, it should be. Yeah, it's a fact. It's true. It is the same consciousness, that one and the same consciousness, which enables us to have all our sensory experiences of seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, touching, and the absence of them. We are seeing. Consciousness enables us to say, yes, I am seeing. Close my eyes, not seeing. Same consciousness reveals the not seeing. Right now, look at the difference. Gently open your eyes and see. Don't see anything particular. Keep your eyes unfocused. So you have a general experience of color and shape. Seeing, it is appearing to consciousness. Now quickly close your eyes. Gone. Did the consciousness go away? No. It's just the blankness appearing to consciousness. So all the sensory inputs and the absence of color, shape, sound, taste, smell, touch, they are also revealed by the same consciousness. The presence of thoughts and the absence of thoughts, recalling memories and the fading away of memories, unable to recall, same consciousness reveals. It's there. When I recall my fond memories or traumatic memories, consciousness is there. When I can't recall something, same consciousness revealing the failure of memory. Understanding and lack of understanding. I'm aware I was not getting it. Now I'm aware I got it. The intellect switches from incomprehension to, eureka, I got it. Consciousness is the same. which revealed the incomprehension, now is revealing the comprehension. It is one consciousness which reveals our sensory experiences, motor experiences, emotional experiences, and mental thoughts, intellectual understanding, memories. All of that, the presence of those and the absence of those are revealed by one consciousness. This one consciousness which lights up our lives, it is called the witness, sakshi. Witness in what sense? Not like someone witnessing something. It is the light by which our lives, all our experiences, sensory, motor, intellectual, emotional, memory, all of them happen in the light of that light. Sakshi, witness. This is what is called the light of our lives. Notice, this sakshi or witness, can you say it is known? In one sense, it is not known. Whatever you experience through the senses is known. Whatever you do is known. Whatever we think is known. Whatever we remember is known. Whatever we feel is known. But that which remembers, feels, illumines our doing and sensing, that never becomes the object of knowledge. But can we say it is unknown? Of course not. It's always there. Whenever you have any experience, that consciousness is there first. Then only experience is possible. It is other than the known and other than the unknown. In one sense, you can say it is utterly known. When it's pointed out, it's the most obvious of things. But technically, it's not an object of knowledge. It's not you can't see it with your eyes. You can't hear it with your ears. But I can think it right now, Swami, I'm thinking about it. Yes, you're thinking about it, your thinking is going on, and the thinking is being illumined by the consciousness. That consciousness never becomes an object of thinking. Try it, you'll think about different concepts and words and ideas, not the consciousness. The consciousness will be continuously there illumining it. It's always there, never not here, always present. Most obvious, most simple. It is the first fact of our lives and the last fact. This is called sakshi. That's why it's called the ear of the ear, eye of the eye, the mind of the mind, the tongue of the tongue, the breath of the breath. Now, further, relaxed and listening. Further. Notice one thing about this one consciousness, this sakshi, that it's always there. Simple fact. It's a great discovery. It's always there. Whether you are seeing or not seeing, consciousness is there. Whether you are hearing or not hearing, understanding or not understanding, remembering or unable to remember, consciousness is there, unbroken. Consciousness is always present throughout our waking lives. You can't be awake without being conscious. I don't mean self-conscious. Sometimes you're self-conscious, sometimes you're not self-conscious, but you're still conscious. When somebody is tremendously focused, doing an operation, playing a game of tennis, you're not self-conscious. If you were self-conscious, you wouldn't do it well. But you're very conscious. So it is always there, nirantara. The Sanskrit word is nirantara, unbroken. This witness consciousness is unbroken across time. Our whole waking world may disappear and the dream world may come up. The dream happens to be to the same consciousness, lit up by the same consciousness. All the contents of the waking world are forgotten. That I'm lying on the bed and sleeping, all forgotten. Nothing is there. It's not being experienced. A whole world of dreams is being experienced and I don't even know I'm dreaming. But it is happening to the same consciousness which experienced the waking world. Always keep checking. Is it a fact? It should be an obvious fact. After waking up, what do you say? I, who was awake, fell asleep. I dreamt those things. Now I am awake again. That I is that one consciousness. And in deep sleep, when the world of waking has gone, the world of dreams has gone, just blank, Vedanta will say a remarkable thing. That blankness is also illumined by the same consciousness. Why does it feel like no consciousness at all in deep sleep? It is because there's nothing to be conscious of. There's no object. There are nothing to see, hear, smell, taste, touch, nothing to think about, nothing to imagine, not even the idea of I am sleeping. If you have that idea, you're not sleeping. Deep sleep means complete blank. Just stop. Just as in the waking, you are seeing, you're conscious. If you're not seeing, also you're conscious. Similarly, extend that to deep sleep. You're not seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, touching, not thinking, remembering, desiring, hating, loving. None of that. Blank. Not dreaming also, imagining, projecting. Blank. You are not gone. It just seems like blank because our focus is on the object. No object means we feel nothing. Nothing. Neither pleasant, nor unpleasant, nor waking, nor dreaming. But consciousness continues in deep sleep. This is called Nirantara, unbroken. The witness consciousness, sakshi, is unbroken. Everything else comes and goes. Then, the next one. As we go deeper, let's look inwards. It is not only unbroken, but it is also, very interestingly, unchanged. See, what we look at, the world is changing. You saw something else before coming into the hall. You're seeing something else now. When you go out of the hall, you will see something else. What you are hearing is continuously changing. What we are hearing, seeing, smelling, tasting, touching is continuously changing. Our thoughts are continuously changing. Our body is continuously changing. The events in the world are continuously changing. But this consciousness which reveals all of that is not changing. You might ask, think about it. Why? Why would you say that? What would a change in consciousness be like? Why? Why not waking, dreaming? Aren't there changes in consciousness? Well, Vedanta will say there are changes in states of mind, which are revealed to one light, that consciousness. The consciousness itself does not change. It reveals the blankness of deep sleep also, waking also, dream also. It does not undergo change. Like a lot of things may happen in the room, the light is shining and revealing all the changes. It itself is not changing. It's an example. I mean, physical light is also a process, is continuously changing. But anyway, so consciousness is sakshi, unchanging. In Sanskrit, this is called nirvikara, unchanging. Vikara, change, any kind of change, physical change, emotional change, mental change, memory change, motor organs, sensory organs, any change. Doesn't it have a time limit, a beginning and an end? Say a mental change, depression has come. It has a time limit. It began and it will end. While it is there, it seems endless, bottomless. But the simple fact is, I am the one who was not depressed. I am the one who is depressed. Then soon, at some time, hopefully, very quickly, I am the one who will be not depressed. In that case, can you truly say you are depressed, or you are the consciousness experiencing the depression in the mind? The depression in the mind is a modification. In Sanskrit, vikara. Every change has a time limit. It comes and goes. You were there before it, you're there during it, you'll be there after it. Therefore, the change is not in you. The change is in one of the objects, in the known or the unknown. Not in that which is beyond the known and the unknown. If you know the change, here's a good argument. If you know the change, it's a known thing. And you are not the known. Therefore, it is not your change. It's a change in the object, in the world, in the body, in the emotions, in the intellect. It's a change there. In the memory. Nirvikara. Put these together, that it is constant and unchanging. Therefore, a great result comes to us. This consciousness cannot be damaged, traumatized, hurt. It is beyond trauma. Very great discovery. The big thing that we are afraid of is being hurt. We can be physically hurt. Very delicate creatures we are. One tiny, tiny invisible COVID brings the world to a standstill. It can hurt, kill us. We can be emotionally hurt. Very delicate we are. Vivekananda says, slave to a good word, slave to a bad word. Just a little word throws us off balance. One harsh sentence, one piece of bad news. Do you know what he said about you? What? And then they say whatever that person has said. I can't forget it lifelong. Lifelong, I can't forget it. About me, he said this. Vikara, change, damage. But that's the mind. You were there before that sentence came into your ears. You were there when the sentence came in and devastated your mind. You are there even when you don't remember it, you go to sleep or you are not thinking about it. You are there. You are unchanged actually. Consciousness is not damaged. Awareness is not damaged. Good news and bad news, a harsh word, not so. It cannot be traumatized. It seems utterly not true because I can be traumatized. I am traumatized. That's part of my identity. You don't know how traumatized I am. Nobody's denying it. Vedanta is not escapism. If you have trauma to the body, it's a fact. If you have trauma to the emotions, if you have PTSD, it's a fact. But it's not you. It's part of your equipment. Part of the body, part of the mind. It's not you, not you, not you. You, the experiencer of that damaged mind, of the damaged, traumatized emotions, you are not damaged or traumatized yourself. Worth meditating upon. 90% of our problems will be gone at this point, if you can think about it seriously. The way the sadhus put it so nice in Hindi. शब्द आए कान में मन को फोड़ के निकल गए. Few words are uttered. Suppose you didn't understand the language, wouldn't have affected you at all. Keep it clear. The airspace, you're the air traffic controller. Keep it clear of all garbage. I know this monk in the Himalayas, somebody came to, monks are very gossipy also. So somebody came to him and said, do you know, Swami, what those Swamis in that ashram are saying about you? And his response was, it's all true. But you didn't hear what they're saying. No, I don't need to hear. Whatever they have said is all true. You want to know it's true or not? I say it's all true. Whatever it is, I don't even want to know. Let him be satisfied. Let you also be satisfied. I'm also happy. In Hindi, they said, आप जानते हैं वो क्या बोल रहे हैं आपके बारे में? And his response was, सब सच है. सब सच है. Everything is true. Whatever. So, what difference does it make? The real you, is untouched. This is called in Sanskrit abhyayaha. Abhyayaha, the undecaying, the untraumatized, the undamaged. You don't have to protect yourself. You won't be damaged. Then further, we go further. It is always the same. You, the awareness, the witness, sakshi, it's always the same. It's always there and unchanging. Things can be there all the time and be changing also. A river is always there. It's changing continuously. It's flowing. Time is always there. Time is changing continuously. It's flowing. But this consciousness is unchanging and undamaged. But also always the same. Whether in wonderful experiences, samaha, Sanskrit word, same. Whether in the most awful, trying, desperate experiences, samaha, the same. Situation is bad and outside in the world. Maybe something is wrong with the weather or the people or the economy or the politics or with the physically, with the body. And its impact may be there on the mind also. Mind also gets restless. Some are wonderful, enriching experiences you have, artistic, joyful, fulfilling relationship. Something happens in your life, which is a great landmark event of your life, very enriching. Some is desperate, damaging, um, it's sort of degrading experience in our lives. The consciousness in both cases, samaha, always the same. I wish I could. I'm just translating from Hindi. Uh, what the sadhus say, if you those who understand Hindi, चट्टान की तरह बैठे रहो, Mahatma ji. Sit like a rock, sit like a mountain. Let the winds of change play about you. But as the body, you cannot sit like the mountain. The body is breaking down all the time. It's going to deteriorate, age, and die. You can't sit like the mountain. It will change. As the senses and the mind, you can't sit like the mountain. They're continuously being affected by the world. But as the sakshi, yes, always there, unbroken, unmodified, undamaged, samaha, all the same. And this gives great equanimity. Internally, those who understand Hindi, chattan ki tarah baithe raho, sit like a mountain, sit like a rock. Let the river of names and forms flow around you continuously. What is the river of names and forms? The world, the body, the emotions, the mind. Let them flow. It will change. Changes will continuously come. It will never be good. It will never be bad. Good things will come, bad things will come, day will come, night will come, followed by day and night again. You are ever shining, ever the same. We sing monks, when a monk dies, we cremate the monk in our main monastery. And and we sing songs all night long and meditate. One of the songs we sing is, let us then, brothers, let us then go to that land where there is no night. What is that land where there is no night? You, that consciousness, that witness, which is ever shining and equally shining, does not get dimmed. It's not more shining in daytime and less shining in dreams and not shining at night. No. It's equally shining. Samaha. Same. Equanimity. A great serenity will come upon you then. And this witness, this sakshi, which is samaha, is also simple point but very important point. It is the Atma, it is the self, it is you, it is I. Why I'm saying this? You might say, well, my consciousness is the witness, it is undamaged, but I am very damaged. My consciousness is unchanging, but I am going through lots of ups and downs, Swamiji. No. It is you. Center yourself in that awareness, which you are, which we are. In Sanskrit, this is called Atma, self. And therefore, look back. This self, this Atma, this one light which lights up our senses, our mind, our actions, our emotions. I am the light by which I see, hear, smell, taste, touch, which is this I, consciousness. Not body anymore, not even mind, not even person, consciousness. I am the light by which all actions happen. I am the light by which all my emotions, all these emotions in the mind are revealed. I am the light in which all the thoughts at the level of mind and intellect come and go. I am the witness, Sakshi, Atma. That continuous consciousness, I said, Nirantara, without break. I am without break. Atma is Nirantara. Apply everything to the Atma now. That unmodified consciousness, everything is modified, everything changes, everything is Sanskrit, vikara. But the consciousness, unchanging. Apply that to yourself. I am that unchanging. Aham nirvikara. The Atma, the self, is beyond change. The consciousness which is not damaged, traumatized, decaying with the change in the world, change, aging of the body, with the shocks and blows in the mind and emotions. Abhyaya. Atma is avyaya. I am undamaged, undecaying. Relaxed. Notice, notice. And that consciousness which is ever the same, samaha, in all circumstances of life, in all ages of life, in action, at rest, in midst of enjoyment, in the middle of suffering, physical and emotional, it is the same, samaha. I am the same. Atma. This is the meaning, Sanskrit word, Atma. And this is ever available. This is directly available. Notice this. Students question, how do we see here? To see a shape, you need eyes. You need the light to be on. You need the mind to be attentive. Then the object lit up, eyes, mind, consciousness will illuminate, and we say, I can see this. But you need so many things. You need the object, you need the sense organ, you need the attention from the mind to see, to hear, to understand something. We need the intellect. But for you yourself, this consciousness, this witness, what instrument is needed? What process is needed to get it, to access it? Nothing. It's directly available. Choicelessly, you don't have a choice in it. It's choicelessly available. It's effortlessly available. This direct, choiceless, effortless availability. The Sanskrit word for this is aparoksha. Aparoksha. Atma is aparoksha. One more technical but very important point. One might ask, if it is other than the known, other than the unknown, then how is it obvious? Because it's not known, not knowable, and yet you're saying we know it effortlessly, choicelessly, directly know it. But how? Because it is the light of lights. In Sanskrit, Jyotisham api tad jyoti tamasah paramuchyate. Krishna says in the Gita, it is the light of lights forever beyond darkness. Remember the discussion of light which we had. That which reveals something is light. Ultimately, it is the Atma alone which reveals everything, consciousness alone which reveals everything. This physical light, revealed by our eyes, revealed by our mind, thoughts in the mind, revealed by consciousness. You are the light of lights. Upanishad says, Tameva bhantam anubhati sarvam tasya bhasa sarvamidam vibhati. That shining, everything else shines. By its light, everything here is lit up. That consciousness, that witness shining, everything else shines. Everything else, mind shines, senses shine, and the world shines. By the light of that, everything here is lit up. By the light of that witness, everything is here is lit up. Further, that witness is you, the Atma. So you shining, everything else shines. By your light, everything here is lit up. It is the light of lights. In Sanskrit, this is called Swaprakash in Vedanta philosophy, self-luminous or self-luminosity, Swaprakashata, Swaprakashatvam. Swaprakasha, self-luminous. Ah, thanks. My consciousness is self-luminous. No, 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 no. You are self-luminous. The real you, which is other than the known, other than the unknown. All of this is other than the known, other than the unknown. Witness consciousness, unbroken, unmodified, undamaged, equal in all respects, the immediately, directly, choicelessly, effortlessly available, and the self-luminous, Atma, self, you. It is other than the known, other than the unknown. We are just unpacking that teaching given by the master. What is other than the known, other than the unknown? Because it is other than the unknown, it is clearly known. There's no doubt about it. But because it's other than the known, you cannot say it's an object of knowledge. Then how do you know it? Swaprakasha, self-luminous. And all of this is you right now. Always was, is, will be. The only difference that this made, all this discussion it made in this session is being introduced to it. The vegetable seller, not the vegetable seller, the diamond merchant, tells you about the diamond. Yeah. This is the what Vivekananda called the open secret. The only reason why we are unaware of it, why were we here all the time like this till now? It is because of our absorption in the world. A veil of ignorance and consequent absorption in the world. The senses flow outwards. The self-existent one has quote unquote damaged the senses, making them flow outwards. Thus we see the world, we see the body, we even see the mind, but we don't see ourselves. Kathopanishad. Paranchikhani vyatrinat swayambhu tasmat param pashyati nantaratman. Then what do? Kaschid dhira pratyagatmanamaikshat avritta chakshur amritatvam. Some qualified seeker, they insist on that. So dhira, turned inwards, literally close the eyes, turned inwards. From where? Not the object of seeing, not the object of hearing, not sights and sounds, smell and taste and touch, not thoughts and emotions and ideas, not actions. That which illumines all of these, turned inwards and perceive the inward self, the inner self, that is consciousness, the witness. Open secret. All of this is the meaning of the simple statement, Tat Tvam Asi, you are that. This is the meaning of the simple statement, Aham Brahmasmi, I am Brahman. This is the meaning of the simple statement, Prajnanam Brahma. Literally, consciousness is Brahman. I am Atma Brahma. This very self is Brahman. I am Brahman. This very self is Brahman. The famous statement in Advaita Vedanta, which encapsulates all of Advaita Vedanta, Brahma Satyam Jagat Mithya Jiva Brahmaiva Napara. Brahman is real, the world is false. And I, the sentient being, am none other than Brahman. That last part is what we were discussing now. I am that. So relax, sit quietly. Bring our attention to the breath at the nostrils, breathing in and breathing out, relaxed. Now we will sit with this awareness which is there right now, which I am, is the witness of all my sensory activity, motor activity, emotional activity, my thoughts, intellectual activity, all of that inner and outer life is illumined by this consciousness, which is witness. And this witness is continuous without a break, always there, never not here. And this continuous witness is unchanging. The world changes, the body changes, relationships change, thoughts and emotions change continuously like a flow. This is unchanged, unmodified, like a mountain it sits. This unchanged, unmodified witness is therefore undamageable. It is not traumatized, not decaying, not hurt, cannot be hurt. It's all right. And this is always the same, no matter what happens in life. That saying, whatever is behind you, whatever is in front of you, is as nothing compared to what is within you. Doesn't matter what has happened in life, good or bad, and really doesn't matter what's going to happen in life. Let it all be well. Once you are centered in this, things will be well for you actually from this perspective. It will be all well. It is samaha, it is equal. It is the same, equal, homogeneous. It is directly, choicelessly, effortlessly, requiring no practice, no time gap at all. Instantly available to us when we take a look. Even when we don't take a look, it's always there. And it is self-luminous. It is the light of lights. Because of that, we have all experiences, good and bad, both. All experiences are revealed because of that. This is Atma, the self. Now, sitting quietly, drop these instructions. Drop these instructions. Our intrepid audiovisual team will play a nice little music, soothing music. And you listen to the music, listen, listen. You'll see, and use the music to turn back to awareness. If the mind wanders away, bring it back to listening to the music. Listen. It is I, awareness, who am listening. Thus I sit with myself, the awareness, consciousness, the witness. As the music fades out, listen to the silence. The same witness consciousness, same sakshi I am. Eyes closed, breathing normally, relaxed. Listen to the sounds in the room, outside. Sounds arise and fade away. In me, the same awareness, the witness. And soon I will open my eyes and I will look upon the world. I will see same awareness. To that only the colors and shapes will arise. There will be movement, actions, thinking. To the same awareness, I remain ever the same. In the midst of tremendous action or at rest, I sit like a mountain. Breathing normally, relaxed. We will all chant Om with at our own pace. Don't try to follow me. You start at your own pace and you end at your own pace. And after which we will slowly open our eyes. But first 1 or 2 minutes, let us chant Om at our own pace. Om. 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 As we will gently open our eyes, we will notice the appearance of sights become more obvious, aware of our bodies, of the chair, of the floor, of the hall, people around us. Always keep alive the awareness of awareness. As we open our eyes, it is important to notice that nothing has changed. As far as I am that witness awareness, which I ever was, am, will choicelessly be, it continues to be the same. No matter what I see or do not see, hear or do not hear, feel or do not feel, think, remember or do not think or remember. No matter where I am, when I am, I always continue to be that witness awareness. Quite obviously so, because without that, no experience is possible. All jnana, all bhakti, all dhyana, it's meant to bring us to this point. You're exactly on time. Now we'll have Q&A and ask our volunteers to put a microphone in the aisle. And you can queue up if you're, you can ask questions. While still being the witness consciousness, you can happily ask questions. There's no problem. It's the same thing. Yes, please come. Yes, you were there in line earlier. Please queue up and you ask questions in your sequence. Yeah.
Sure. Thank you. Swamiji, yesterday and today, I'd like to combine and ask a question around sadhana, the mantra sadhana that we do as we go about.
Let her go.
Sorry?
You have to go out here.
Sorry.
Mantra sadhana.
We do mantra sadhana and pray towards trying to realize the consciousness. It's still a journey. While my question is somewhat confusing because one I do for myself, another is, can I pray for another person? Can I pray for the healing of my mother, healing of another person?
Okay, let's take the question individually. Does the prayer have to be only for spiritual reasons? Give me knowledge, give me devotion, give me dispassion. Or we are taught to do that, nishkama. Or can it have particular worldly, like in the sense, somebody is sick, somebody is beloved, can I pray for their welfare? Now remember, prayer to God is always for something. Now, we are taught that it should be as far as possible spiritual, in the sense that I can pray for devotion, I can pray for knowledge. Can we not pray for worldly things? We can. Most people pray for worldly things anyway. Yeah. The mass religion, which you see in temples and churches, what are they going there for? They're not going there, oh Lord, show me that I am the witness consciousness ever there, never changing. No, not at all. Not 1 in a billion is interested in these things. So people are praying and they genuinely believe, or they have some hope at least, that these prayers will be heard and answered. And it's true. I do believe God exists and God answers our prayers, except that God is not Amazon Prime. Two things. One, God will not deliver exactly what you ordered at the price at which you ordered it, and within 1 day delivery. No, none of those. God will deliver. If the divine feels that it is good for our spiritual evolution, at the divine's own time, or if you want to be more logical about it, at the time of fruition of our past karma, when we have earned enough credit for it, that is there, our desires will be fulfilled. And unfortunately, by the time it arrives, we probably don't want it anymore. People have had that experience. Whatever I want, I get in many cases. But the way I get it and the time after years and years of that I've got, I realize I thought about it years ago. Now it's manifested in my life. But I don't want it anymore. It can often be a trouble. Vivekananda says, never desire anything because you will get it. It's like never order anything because it will arrive. So what is the upshot of it? If there is some genuine desire in the heart for something worldly, be very aware, this is a worldly thing I'm asking you for, my Lord. I really want this. It's disturbing me very much. This is what I'm praying for. Let it be so by your will, but it's ultimately your will. Ultimately surrender to God's will. That's the important thing about non-spiritual desires. Because whether they are satisfied or not satisfied, they tend to bind. It's best, however, in spiritual life, to go to God without desires. Notice, we are all here talking about the bare awareness, bare consciousness. What does it want? Nothing. That bare awareness, apart from the world, suppose the world is not there, you can't see anything, hear anything, smell, taste, touch anything, know anybody, anywhere, nothing is there. Suppose your body disappears, suppose your mind stops thinking, memory is totally failed, zero, you don't remember your own name also, and blank, and you are the light witnessing that blankness. What does that light want? Nothing. And the beautiful thing about this meditation is that light is you, and that light is you right now. it still doesn't want anything. You have to put a layer of mind and body and world, then and forget that you are the light. Then wanting starts. Yes, one can pray for the welfare of all of humanity, all sentient beings. Let all be happy, let all be peaceful, let all be free of suffering. That's a good prayer. And individual prayers, be honest, like we are children before God. So if we are genuine, because it's difficult in the world, you're anxious and you feel if you can help somebody with prayers, as little as possible for myself, for others.
Okay. I asked this because in one of your past lectures, I had been watching you for many years. You had mentioned that one cannot pray for somebody else, because if that were true, then Buddha would have prayed for the healing of the world and world would have been
I hope I
healed.
didn't say that.
I was wondering, like, is it possible?
The Buddha and all others, everybody prays for the great spiritual ones, always pray for everybody's welfare. But the point is, does it actually change everybody's lives? No, it doesn't.
That's where
it doesn't.
Feeling.
So desires will be fulfilled, prayers will be answered, but the nature of samsara is like this. It will continue. And it's been designed on purpose. It's an enlightenment generating machine. If it becomes perfect and nice, we would be trapped in it. In Hinduism, Buddhism, Jainism also, we have conceptions of multiple heavens, where things are like, it's like all the time Amazon Prime. Whatever you think of, dream of, immediately it's delivered. Are they very spiritual in those worlds? Not at all. They're having a blast. And you can't be spiritual where things are going entirely according to your wishes. Nor can you be spiritual where everything is inimical to you. You're being made to suffer day and night. You can be spiritual in this world, a mixture of light and darkness, day and night, and a mixture of pleasure and pain. Therefore, it's very difficult to be spiritual in heaven or to be spiritual in hell. And our human life is a mixture of both. Here, it's an opportunity for spirituality. Yes. You know, even Swami Vivekananda asked for job and money from Swami Vivekananda. When his father died, he was helpless, and his mother and brother and sisters were starving. He couldn't do anything, couldn't get a job. He was the eldest son of the family. He was struggling. Then he goes to Sri Ramakrishna and says to Sri Ramakrishna, can you tell Kali that to help? Sri Ramakrishna says, you know, I don't pray for such things. You go and ask. Why don't you go and ask? And he was unwilling, Vivekananda. He says, she listens to you. You go and tell him. Then she said, this is a auspicious day for the worship of the Divine Mother. Tonight she will listen. You go. So he goes and he comes back. Sri Ramakrishna is eagerly waiting. Did you ask? He said, yes. I asked. When I went there, he was stunned. When I went there, it was a living presence, not an image. And what did you do? What did you do? I asked for knowledge and for dispassion and for devotion. I fell at her feet and asked for that. That's all right, Sri Ramakrishna said, but what about money? Did you ask? And he said, no. Oh, what a fool. There is still time. Go. And then he ran back again. Same thing. I asked for knowledge, devotion. It was living presence. Third time he went and he came back and he said, this is your play. I've realized. You are making this happen. Then Sri Ramakrishna finally said, he was very happy because he wanted this test. Under pressure, when so much is dependent on you, do you still ask for God and not the world? He's not asking for himself. He's utterly unselfish. But even then, do you still ask for God? And then finally Sri Ramakrishna said, he will not put you into trouble. He said, all right, let it be so. Your family will not lack for ordinary, coarse food and clothing. He didn't say they'll all become multimillionaires. They'll be taken care of, that much. And that's a great blessing. Yes.
Namaskar. My name is Radha. And thank you for taking my question. I'm grateful to be here. It's the same old question that you have heard multiple times from other people. Is the concept of karma loosely defined in Advaita? Because the idea of a separate individual self being burdened by karma is seen as Maya. And the mind is the one that carries the karma upon death. Is this concept arising from Buddhism? with the population over 250 million people at that time, did Adi Shankara had to borrow the concepts and maintain some concepts of Buddhism for people to be converted to Hinduism to follow Vedas.
All right. So first, is this idea of karma, what did you say? Is it lightly held?
Lightly or loosely defined.
Loosely defined. No, it's not loosely defined. It's pretty much clearly defined, but you're right. It is defined as part of the relative truth, Vyavaharika. It's part of Maya. It's not ultimately true in Advaita Vedanta. Remember, there is no Hindu or Buddhist or Jain or Sikh in none of the Indian schools of thought except the materialist. All of them accept karma. But what Advaita Vedanta does is, it says it's true as far as it goes in this world of appearance, in the movie, in the story, it's true. There's cause and effect. But Brahman, the Atman, this light which you are, is beyond cause and effect. Cause and effect is always there in the world of the known and the unknown. So, it doesn't, from your perspective as the light, if you are the light constantly there, are you born? That light which we are talking about, do you think it's born? Do you think it will die? The death is of the body. If it is constantly there in waking, dreaming, and deep sleep, only if you think it's being generated by the brain, then you will think, yeah, all of this is fine. But when the body dies, Swami, your consciousness is gone. It's all lights out. You've been listening too much to the vegetable seller. Who says the consciousness is generated by the brain? Have they proved it yet? They have not even close. That's the whole thrust of what I was saying all morning. So, no, it doesn't die. If it is not born with the birth of the body, if it doesn't die with the death of the body, you, that light, where is the question of rebirth? If it is constantly there and unchangingly and undamaged, how will it be affected by karma? It's like the screen on which the movie plays. Multiple movies may come and go, like lifetimes. Screen is unaffected by it all. In fact, it's because of the screen that the movies can play. It is because you are there that the whole drama of birth, death, rebirth, all can happen. But it's an appearance. Vedanta says the truth is the screen. The truth is you, the light. From the perspective of the light, the personality of Radha is an appearance. You are the light, which is common to everybody. In you, this appears. It has appeared for a while, it will disappear. To you, it's nothing. Sit like a rock. But then the appearance is there. You might say, well, at least the appearance is there. There's a story going on. In that, is there karma? Yes, that's a good theory for the story. There is karma in the story, but not beyond the story. The other schools take the story itself to be real. There is karma, birth, rebirth, and we must get freedom from rebirth. They're not wrong. Vedanta says that freedom from rebirth is already there. You just have to recognize it. That light you are, that light you are, you're not born, you will not die, you don't have to worry about birth and rebirth. The dream has gone. Buddha himself says, when after attaining enlightenment, after the tests of Mara, which is Maya basically, says, I have seen through your house of, I have seen through you. No more will you weave webs of deceit. No more will you construct this house of deception. I've seen through you. Freed I am forever. So this is, Vivekananda says, good, good, bad, bad, and none escape the law. Whosoever wears a form will wear the chain too. If you wear a form, Radha, you will wear the chain. Because past ancient karmas have generated this form. And they will give results. You don't know that those causes are in the unknown. But the results will come in the known. But you are not the known, not the unknown. You are the light watching the movie. Vivekananda says, so what is the use of Vedanta if none escape the law? Vivekananda says, next, far beyond name and form is the Atman ever free. No, thou art that sannyasi bold. Say Om Tat Sat Om. You have to be bold there, dhira. Sit as that light, that rock, which is beyond name and form. And let the movie of name and form play on you. So you're fine with it. You are not born, you will not die. A monk of ours, he had this bee in his bonnet. One life or many lives. in the Himalayas, he told me the story himself. He would bug everybody that, in Hinduism, Buddhism, Jainism, Sikhism, we talk about many lives. We're born and we die, and the soul travels on, as you said, the mind with its impressions travels, and the reflected consciousness travels on to multiple lifetimes, and we evolve thereby. And then one day we will get enlightenment and freedom from this cycle, freedom from cage. We're going from cage to cage to cage, zoo to zoo to zoo. We'll get free, set free. This is the story which we have been told. Far beyond name and form is the Atman ever free, Vivekananda says. So you are beyond the law of karma. So this monk, he would say, but the Christianity, Islam, Judaism, they talk about one life. We are talking about many lives like this, one after another. So one life or many lives? In Hindi, ek janma ya punar janma. So the monks in that ashram got bugged by him, and after how much can you argue? So then he took his argument shop outside. And there's another ashram near our ashram where there was at that time, a great teacher of non-dual Vedanta, a very radical non-dual Vedanta. So this monk he told me himself. He said, I went to that teacher, and he told me in exasperation. I went to that teacher and I asked him, I put my arguments before him. So Mahatma ji, ek janma ya punar janma? One birth or many births, rebirth? And that monk said, I'll tell you in English and in Hindi what the original thing is. In English, it means when there is no birth at all, how is there any rebirth? Read the Mandukya Upanishad. He said in Hindi, Hare Mahatma ji, jab janma hi nahi to punarjanma kahe ka, aap Mandukya padhiye. See, from the perspective of the light, which we all intuited now, we know it's there. If it's not even born, where is the question of rebirth? And then how is there a question of freedom from birth and death?
Swamiji, first of all, thank you. My name is Sanjay Dikshit. I had a question that came from me from reading Patanjali Yoga Sutras. There's a concept of Purusha and Prakriti.
Yes.
I want to understand these two in relation to witness consciousness.
It's pretty simple, actually. The Patanjali Yoga Sutra is based on Sankhya philosophy. Consciousness and object. Consciousness is real, object is real, they come together and give you experiences. Purusha and Prakriti comes together. Entire universe, including the physical universe and the subtle universe of our minds, all is generated by nature, by Prakriti. And you are consciousness. But each one of us is a separate consciousness. And we experience Prakriti. This consciousness, this Purusha, is the witness consciousness. But in Vedanta, what we do is we ask a further question, which we will do tomorrow. That's why what we have done till now is halfway house. Thinks it's wonderful, it's done. Do I really need to come tomorrow? You're only halfway house. We've taken you up the mountain. We have not what you've done yet. You're sitting on top of Mount Everest. It's going to get pretty cold and lonely very soon. You say, oh, it's great, I'm the light. After some time, just light, that's all. Where are the other lights? So, if you're going up the mountain top, is half the journey. The other half is tomorrow. What is Prakriti? That is the question. Vedanta will say, Sankhya says, Patanjali Yoga says, Prakriti and Purusha are separate, they're interacting. And the separation of that is the goal. In Asampragyata Samadhi, you realize you are Purusha alone, not connected to Prakriti. Whereas Vedanta says, Vedanta takes the Prakriti and merges it into Purusha. Prakriti becomes the Maya in Vedanta. And Maya is the power, the inexplicable capacity of consciousness to appear to itself as multiplicity. So that we will see tomorrow.
Swamiji, my name is Dhruv, and my question is, consciousness is not an object, so it's not prameya. So would it be fair to say that it's aprameya?
It is aprameya.
So it's no.
Yes. One of the definitions in the Bhagavad Gita, 2nd chapter, Krishna says aprameya. This Atma is aprameya, not an object of knowledge. However, tomorrow we'll see something interesting. Then what are the objects of knowledge? This question still remains. All right, I'm pure consciousness. But what are these things then? What are these objects of knowledge? What is it that we are seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, touching? Sankhya will say, well, they're objects, they're nature, they're matter, energy, time, space. That's what you're experiencing. Vedanta goes further and challenges that can't be. And we'll see why that can't be. And therefore, the last 5 steps, not brain, not mind, not object, not many, not two. That means all the objects must also be somehow that Atma. That means all the pranayama, the objects of knowledge, also in some sense must be consciousness, or they are not different from consciousness. That's the startling thing about the Kena Upanishad. It is so shocking. It separates you entirely from the world of objects and then says that's not right. It brings all the objects back and makes you one with them, makes you one with everything in the universe. There is a story about a monk who was very non-dualistic, and there was a scholar who was very dualistic, but a devout pandit, devoted to God, and they would come and argue about whether non-dualism is true or dualism is true, whether devotional approach is true or the jnana approach of Advaita is true. And the monk finally prevailed and convinced the pandit that non-dualism is true. And then one day the scholar came to him and bowed down. Sir, you were right all along. The formless, the non-dual is the truth. And the pandit said, then what is the one with form, the object? Your uncle? In Hindi, it has more punch in Hindi. He said, महात्मा जी आप ठीक कहते हैं, साकार निराकार ही सच है. Oh sir, oh monk, you are right. The formless alone, the non-dual formless is the truth. And the answer from the monk was, और साकार तेरा चाचा है. What is the one with form then? Once you have accepted the non-dual truth, still the question remains then what is the thing that they worship in the dualistic religion? The God, the Krishna, the Rama, the Narayana, the Shiva. What is it that they are worshipping? It is the same non-dual reality, clothed with a name and form. If you are Brahman, can't God be Brahman? Why leave him out? Aham Brahmasmi. What are you? You are object-asi. You are an object. No, that's crazy. Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, Kshetragyam chapi mam vidhi sarva kshetreshu bharata. That one light in all beings. God says, Krishna says, I am the one light in all beings. Every day we have arati. What do we sing? Jyotira jyoti ujala ridikandara. You are the light of lights shining in the hearts of everybody. That light of lights which we all meditated upon. Religion is telling us that's God. Yes.
Maharaj, my name is Prakash. My question is this. We have been told that Brahman pervades everything.
Yes.
But different objects reflect this pervasive nature in some more, some less. And this concept of jada. Please explain.
Yes. Tomorrow's syllabus. Right now, what we have done is we have isolated ourselves from everything. You are the light. Everything that appears to you is an object, or the word you used in Sanskrit, jada, insentient. It means an object. Everything in the universe is an object to you. Again, what is he saying? Do I get it? Is it a fact? Isn't everything in the universe an object to you, known or unknown? It's an object to consciousness, and you are that one light to which all of this universe appears as known and unknown. We have stopped here today. Tomorrow we will take it up. Notice when you say all pervasive consciousness, consciousness is pervading everything. You should object here that I heard what you said, I don't get it, and it's certainly not real for me. How is, I am conscious, I know this light, I am this light. Clearly it is not pervading all this. These are all appearing to me. How am I all of this? This is the question. This will be answered tomorrow. Today we have just gone to the roof of the house. Sri Ramakrishna says, climb to the roof of the house. Neti, neti, not this, not this. Tomorrow we'll go down and see everything that we left behind is made of the same brick and mortar and all. That is tomorrow.
The reason
there will be no jada at all left.
uh,
Yes, that's what we'll see.
the reason I asked was you talked about the robots. You can give it all information, you can give it everything,
Yes,
but you can't make it conscious.
you can't.
It is still jada.
It's still jada. And the reason, of course, in the classic Advaitic answer is very simple. The reason we all feel conscious in ourselves, and this presumably does not feel conscious, even the phone is not conscious. Why not? Because Vedanta will say each of us, living beings, the very term living means prana is there. Prana is there, life is there. Life means the subtle body is there. Subtle body also includes mind, intellect, and all of that, which reflects consciousness. That reflected consciousness becomes a kind of experienced, almost an object. See, right now you feel conscious. Isn't it almost objective? We say it is unknown. It's not unknown, it's not known, but it's almost known. Right now you feel, we are all aware that we are aware. Who says I'm not aware, I'm not conscious? So it is there. If the subtle body is not there, it is called jada. If the subtle body is there, it will feel like it is called chetana, sentient being, us.
Swami, my name is Pradyum.
Yes.
I've listened to a lot of your lectures. I'm kind of conflicted. On one hand, you said you should be like a rock, you should let things go by. But when you deal with the real world, I feel like a lot of the innovations and great acts happen because of desire.
Yes.
So, for example, in Arjuna's case, it's not like he wanted the battle. He just landed up in the battle. He was just reacting to the battle. And Krishna says, go fight the battle, karma yoga. But when you look at someone like Mahatma Gandhi, he needed to have that desire to accomplish what he accomplished. How do you reconcile?
Just look at Mahatma Gandhi. He accomplished that because he sat like a rock. I am not saying you should sit like a rock. Recognize that the light which you are, it is like a rock. In fact, one of the books, Advaita Makaranda, compares the self, yourself, to a crystal mountain. So, not that you should sit like a rock. You have no choice. You are like unchanging like a rock, that one consciousness. And that enables the mind and body to change and act. The same Mahatma Gandhi you are speaking about. I often repeat this, that he said, when people ask me, who am I? Some people think I am a freedom fighter. Some think I'm a politician. Some think I'm a social reformer. Which all is true, he was. But he said very touchingly, he says, if you ask me, who am I will say I'm just a simple man in search of God. You might say, if you're a simple man in search of God, then all the freedom fighting, politics and reform will not happen. It happened. It happened. It became a sadhana, a spiritual practice. Somebody's sadhana might be to sit in a mountain cave and meditate. Somebody's sadhana might be to reform society and feed the hungry and serve the poor. There is no restriction. It will be done through you.
But you need to have that desire to do that sadhana, right?
If you have that desire, then follow it through. If it's a good desire, like a scientific discovery or some social work where you help people, follow it through. It can easily be converted into sadhana, karma yoga.
Thank you.
Okay, this last question I'll take. We'll take your question then tomorrow.
Namaste, Swamiji. My name is Vinita. And I'm trying to formulate my question because I didn't want to sit with my question. I wanted to listen to what you were saying to everybody else. Swamiji, Swami Vivekananda said, religion is a manifestation of the divinity within yourself. And he also said, humanize divinity and and divinize humanity. So we treat everyone as divine. Is it then also okay for oneself to operate as divine?
Yes.
To consider yourself to be divine?
Yes.
And how would you best do it?
Like this, you meditate on your nature as awareness, not as the person Vinita, not as the body, not the personality, as the one common awareness. Did you get a feel for it today when we were doing this? That is the divinity within you. The whole session was manifesting that divinity in the sense of manifesting it to yourself. It becomes manifest to yourself that I am that light. Now live the life of Vinita from that perspective. Don't switch back to the personality of Vinita. Do you see what I'm speaking about? That witness consciousness, I am. That light, I am. I'm not Vinita.
Right.
That shining through Vinita is what we are now calling Vinita. When you live like that, if you live like that, you will not have fear of death. You will not want anything from the deepest sense. Yes, Vinita may have preferences this way or that way. You will, your life of Vinita will now be one of helpfulness and service, of fearlessness, of peace, deep peace inside. If nothing can affect you ultimately, what will you be upset about? The mind of Vinita will get a great deal of peace because of this change in the understanding of who I am at my core. That is the expression of the divine. Not only we must shift our self-identification from the body, mind to the divine. If I think of myself as body, I will think of the divine as body also. We'll be helpless. If I think of myself as a person, I'll think of divine as a person. If I think of myself as pure consciousness, you'll think of divine as pure consciousness.
And that's irrespective of how others perceive you.
Think about it. What others, again, don't struggle at that level. Struggle at the level of what the teachings were. The moment you say others, who are the others?
The appearances that appear to you.
Yes. What they perceive doesn't matter. What they perceive doesn't matter. Two examples I'll give and end. Ramana Maharshi and Swami Vivekananda. Swami Vivekananda, once there was an editor of a paper in Lahore, at that time part of Undivided India, who wrote an editorial against him. And Swami Vivekananda was sitting there and praising that person. Then some of the followers who were in front of me said, but Swami has written against you. Do you know that? And Swami Vivekananda said, what do you mean? I can't appreciate the good qualities of a person just because he has an opinion against me? Of course I'll appreciate the good qualities of that person. What a great way of looking at it. And what that means, he is so big, not narrow. Another way, completely impersonal way, Ramana Maharshi. Somebody wrote an editorial somewhere against him and they sent him a copy. And he sat down with, diligently corrected the grammatical mistakes, spelling mistakes, improved the language and sent it back to that person. He said, but Maharshi, he's criticizing you. And he looked utterly surprised. No, he's criticizing some fellow called Ramana. Who am I then? That person who's criticizing me, who am I? I am the light shining behind the mind of that person, the mind which is full of criticism and dislike towards me. I am that light. I am equally that light, which is here, is there also. I have no problem with you. You are me. If it is your will, O Divine Mother, to play as the critic and attack me, a wonderful play. Please do it. I'll help you. Like that. Yeah. So it's a very radically different way of looking at life. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Shri Ram Krishna Arpanamastu.